Welcome to For the Love of Brickle. How you doing? So glad to meet ya. Come and share stories just for a few. Hello, good day, and howdy do. Welcome to For the Love of Brickle, featuring Powder. Ruff! Oh boy. Welcome, my people. I'm your girl, Brickle. I always get the ups and downs of things that occur in life. Though. So there's this old, miserable, grumpy landlord named Dean. He lives alone while his wife lives overseas. Sounds very lonely. Lonely won't leave him alone. Lonely won't leave him alone. So he's more than miserable at times, though. And no matter how polite you are to him, especially if you are, just a fellow tenant, you just get what the duck get. Quack! Meaning he's going to tell you about your past participles from A to Z till your pants fall off. So, he's the grumpy old troll who's under the bridge. Hey, look, he's a grumpy old troll who's under the bridge. People, he isn't always grumpy all the time, but most of the time. Awesome. One of his favorite topics are politics, healthcare, and stories about when he was a young lad, But once you get that man to actually smile with you sometimes, then you are most definitely in his good book, meaning he will be more respectful towards you, and heck, he will even share some of his stories with you. But just bear this in mind, that's just for that day. After that, he's back to his old ways, being grumpy. Ha ha ha. But before I go any further, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Please remember to select all so that you can receive all notifications every time I upload a new video. Please remember to leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure it's, vibesy, humorous, and all those good things. Yes, so Mr. Dean is a 70-year-old man, and he does have a medical problem. He has a pressure problem, but he doesn't make much people know that little secret of his, because there's no way in hell he wants to be in a predicament and the wrong person know his business and try to use this against him and end up giving him a heart attack, liver failure, kidney failure. Sir. Dean is a person like this. He stick to his words. As much as he has a crucious face, he's not hard. Meaning, if you are having a problem paying your rent on time, just speak to him. Let him know what is happening. Let him know how you are willing to give him his dirty money. And he will be more than lenient towards you. But, yes, there's always a but. Not everyone he gives that privilege. His spirit has to take to you, meaning if he has a gut feeling you are a good person, not by your looks or how you are attired, but your actions, how you speak and how well you reason, with people, especially him. And he is very good at studying a person's body language and immediately knows when you're lying and when you have and when you give him that nervous body language, when your eyes dilate for a split second, instantly he knows you're pulling a fast one. But before I go any further, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Please remember to select all so that you can receive all notifications every time I upload a new video. Please remember to leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure it's humorous, vibesy, and all those good things. So one day, Dean was home cooking up his favorite saltfish which he boils twice before cooking it with some, callaloo okra with lots of natural seasoning, and boil up his favorite boiled foods, which are renta yam, otherwise known as white yam, his whole wheat cornmeal dumplings, green banana, pumpkin, potato, carrot, and his favorite drink is box milk. If he feels for some with a little more flavor, it would be eggnog and chocolate milk. So, in the middle of him pouring himself out a glass of milk filled with ice, his cell phone rang. He hissed his teeth before answering his phone and said to himself, I wonder who calling me right now in the middle of me about eat I'm on food. Meaning, who's calling him in the middle of him having a meal? So he watched his cell phone ring while eating his food. Then the phone stopped ringing. So he took a sip of his milk and nodded, feeling pleased. Then his cell phone rang again. Then he tapped his mouth with a napkin, taking all his precious time, deliberately. And then he answered the phone. The person on the other end said, Hello, is this the old man round, sir? So Dean quickly said, But what a boy stink and face out order. What you want? So the man said, Sorry about that, but are you the grumpy old man named Dean? So Dean said, Yes, I am Dean. Talk up, boy. So the man said, My name is Tom. Can I come and look at the place you have for rent on Avocado Road? I'm a small businessman and the price of the rent looks real good for me. So Dean cleared his throat. You sure about that? And the man replied saying, Sir, remember I said I am a small businessman. I can manage the rent, man. You won't have a problem with me. So Dean laughed. Okay, sir. And he said this sounding rather sarcastic. So Tom said, So I can come look at the place this evening at around 6 p.m. or tomorrow? So Dean said 6 p.m. this evening, good man?" So Tom sounded a bit nervous and said, "Oh, okay." So Dean and Tom, met up to look at the place, and Tom was all of a sudden trying to be mannerable, you know, as if he comes from good upbringing, and reached out his hand to shake Dean's hand. And Dean screwed his face looking at some dirt that was in the man's fingernail. And his fingernail looked like it was, cut properly. But yet he was wearing a name brand Puma sneakers. And Tom shamefully pulled back his hand and said, "Good evening, Mr. Dean." And then Dean said, "Exactly, that is my name. I don't go by any other name. And let me tell you something else. If you call me by any other name, don't come here trying to rent any place from me, because I don't tolerate foolishness. I bet you could talk to any other man, so, but because I am old, you think you can talk to me anyway. So let me know from now before I open the place to rent it to you, if you still want the place." So the man rubbed down his neck back and says, Yes, sir, my apologies, Mr. Dean." So Dean showed him around the place, and the way how the place was spick and span and everything in its right place, Tom was elated and took out his money same time, paying for the rent and the advance, and quickly ran to his van and took out some chairs and office files, placing them in his new place of rent. While Dean just smiled, checking the money twice, and wrote up his receipt, handed it to him, and handed him his bunch of keys. While Tom smiled and nodded and said, "Respect, boss," and made some more calls. Tom was really happy that by the next day, Tom hired a man to paint out his new office, while he made some calls to his employees telling them they can come in for work day after tomorrow. Same time, Mr. Dean vehicle drove up, but Dean didn't know as yet. So Mr. Dean drove a white Toyota van that has enough space to carry heavy load like furniture, etc. So Tom didn't realize Dean was parked outside and was busy building up a spliff, then made his way to the main gate while lighting his spliff. By the time he took his first puff and exhale, he saw Dean standing across the gate from him, staring at him, while his face was screwed as if he was staring at the ugliest man on this earth, and and also his face looked more like him screwing as if him smelling the worstest feces ever. Oh no. Tom got so paranoid, he immediately threw his spliff that it wasn't even finished as yet, on the ground, as if it was a scorpion bit him on his fingers, and crushed it out with his pair of boots he had on. People, stay tuned for part 2 and find out what transpired between Mr. Dean and Tom. Awesome. I'm your girl Brickle. I always get the ups and downs of things that occur in life. Though, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Please remember to select all so that you can receive all notifications every time I upload a new video. Please remember to leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure it's humorous, vibesy, and all those good things. Oh boy.
I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Love you all. Peace. Mwah.